Amy. As an artist, I've always believed that creativity exists without borders. It's a wild gratitude that dares to push boundaries, carving out a niche of its own from the usual grandeur. Yet, as I set my eyes on my next big undertaking, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of uncertainty that seemed almost foreign, given my swathes of experience in the digital arena. It was a grueling project, one that demanded more than just my overflowing enthusiasm and creative insight. Building a VR game from ground up was an enormous task, bringing with it heaps of technicalities and layers of complexity that seemed daunting, even for an experienced hand like mine. Maybe it was the scope of the project that had the knots in my stomach tightening, or perhaps it was the weight of expectation my partner Liam and I had so readily put on our own shoulders. Having met Liam in a professional meetup, we connected instantly over our shared passion for digital arts and decided to undertake this venture together. We were two pioneers in an uncharted territory of the digital world, buoyed by our shared dream and the thirst to leave our mark in this fast-paced industry. The project was a mammoth, even by our standards, one that demanded relentless black coffee nights and a complete surrender into the world of 3D modeling. Yet it was more than just a project. As I stared at the renderings on our screens and turned my thoughts towards the challenges that lay ahead, I realized that it was also a remarkable opportunity. A milestone that was set to push both of our creative boundaries, compelling us to venture into the unexplored depths of our artistry, and a test of our resilience in the face of gritty odds. Looking at Liam's determined face working beside me, I felt an unexpected peace settle over me. I drew strength from his unyielding resolve, matching his intensity with my own. We were not just partners on this venture. We were each other's support system, a force to be reckoned with, armed with vision and enthusiasm that superseded the spectrum of our fears. In this tech-driven, interactive cosmos we were maneuvering, there was always more to learn, more to explore, and definitely more to create. With this project, I was not only stepping into the intimidating megaworld of VR game development, but also acquainting myself with labyrinthine programming landscapes that seemed both challenging and exciting. The overnight project wasn't just an ostensible all-nighter of coding and designing. Rather, it was a testament to our resilience and a voyage into the unexplored territories of our creative minds. Our determination set the rhythm of our commitment, intertwined with our shared vision, transforming a daunting project into a labor of love. The synergy between us was palpable as we plunged deeper into the digital realm, our ideas decorating the night with a vivid canvas of possibilities. The ephemeral glow of our screens illuminated our faces, casting long shadows that stretched out across the room. Renderings, sketches, and hundreds of design elements sprawled out in the workspace, each carrying a promise of transforming the virtual into reality in due course. The idea, once a mere sketch on a notepad, was rapidly transforming into a tangible blueprint that refused to let us blink. Between coding lines and iridescent codes, coffee had turned cold and the window panes had started reflecting the first light of dawn, a silent testament to our tireless dedication. It had certainly been a long night, to put it mildly. Liam, unflagging in his pursuit to fine-tune minor glitch in the framework, was relentlessly pacing across the room, rummaging relentlessly through the archives of libraries and tracing bugs in our code. I silently admired his tenacity, his unwavering steadfastness, as if mirroring my own fervor sparkling through his sleep-deprived eyes. The comforting hum from our systems was the only thing breaking the silence in the room, punctuated only by the satisfying click of the keyboard keys, beating out rhythms that promised something monumental. For most, the thought of working through the night might scream inconvenience, but for us, it was the symphony of our shared love for creativity. The world might be snuggled in their cozy spreads, lost in their ephemeral dreams, but here we were, in a world of our own, spawning dreams of our own, carving digital illusions into tangible experiences. I looked over at our shared workstation, the bold strokes of our creative exploits, all congealing into something more substantial than the mere assembly of pixels on a screen. Within that room, filled with memory-laden beams of first light and the faint melodies of a city coming alive, I felt at peace, despite the challenges. Despite the exhausting night, I reveled in the sense of accomplishment. Gazing at the embryonic VR game, A multitude of scenes flashed before me, capturing the essence of months of hard work and unyielding dedication. It wasn't the complexity of the task that enthralled me, but it was the process, the journey of creation that had led us to this beautiful havoc. It's strange how the night just seeped into daytime, and we didn't even realize we had been working for hours on end. Just like this seamless transition from night to day, our project, too, had moved from being a daunting task to a labor of unabashed love and infatuation, a testament to the timeless beauty of our ambitious endeavor. Despite the weariness seeping into our bones, the exhilaration built on bridling the raw potential of our creation kept us going. There was never a dull moment working on this VR game. The intricate framework we had toiled over what felt like years was now coming together, promising a revolutionary virtual experience. Each pixel placed, each fragment of code stitched together, was painting a narrative that was uniquely ours. There was something almost poetic about the way Liam and I worked. Both of us, driven by our shared ambition, were entwined in a dance where creativity met technology and the vision met execution. Our actions mirrored one another, a careful symphony of keystrokes and mouse clicks. Even as the fatigue tried to invade our thoughts, the hunger to craft an experience unlike anything before prevailed. As I tackled the mechanics of the game, Liam took up the challenge of manifesting an intriguing narrative, animating the inanimate pixels into characters with a heart and soul. Often, Liam and I would switch roles, treading into each other's territories to add our personal touch. This was not just a project for us. It was a journey we had embarked upon together, crafting a digital masterpiece that stemmed from shared creativity and flourished out of cooperative brilliance. The room was silent, save for the ambient chorus of keystrokes and occasional frustrated sighs when we hit an inevitable obstacle. These setbacks, I realized, were like strokes of ebony on the canvas, necessary for the picture as a whole, the sweet and sour notes in the concerto of our combined effort. I stretched my arms to the ceiling, a silent, triumphant salute to the rising sun peeping through the window. The image of the first sun rays illuminating our creation was burned into my memory, a symbol of our dedication transcending into accomplishment. And so, the all-nighter wasn't just a grueling test of our resilience, but an integral part of our journey, an ethereal night that never ceased, much like our relentless pursuit of perfection. As soon as we wrapped up the overnight project work, another equally daunting opportunity presented itself. My latest 3D assets were to be showcased in a virtual exhibition. This was an enormous opportunity, a platform to have my work studied and critiqued by seasoned industry experts and fellow digital artists alike. My palms felt cold and sweaty at the thought. Yet, the anxiety was quickly overshadowed by the mesmerized anticipation of watching my creation come to life in the mesmerizing realm of the virtual gallery. Every 3D model was a testament to my evolution as a designer, each polygon a symbol of endless hours spent refining, critiquing, tweaking, until it matched the snapshot of the concept I had in mind. With each piece, I strived to encapsulate my perception of the world in a 3D model, breathing life into the inanimate, instilling each design with a slice of my soul. And now, the time had come for my art to narrate my story. The preparation was meticulous, each detail painstakingly curated to make my 3D assets shine. From color correction to last-minute modifications, no stone was left unturned. It was nerve-wracking, overpowering, yet thrilling. The rush of panic, mixed with a profound sense of accomplishment as I tweaked one model after another, adjusting every pixel to paint the perfect picture I had envisioned. The time was upon me to show the digital art community what I was capable of, my designs ready to take on the stage. My work started receiving high acclaim, earning me recognition from my peers and solidifying my standing in the ever-evolving VR design industry. Peers hailed the precision to pixel, exceptional detail, and technical wizardry that my work exhibited. The positive feedback validated my commitment and the countless hours spent polishing my craft. It was overwhelming, but in a transcendental sort of way. The recognition and validation were like a blooming bouquet of rare orchids, an emblem of my blossoming career in the realm of digital arts. In these critical professional moments, I lived through countless instances of self-doubt, bouts of frustration, the relentless pressure of always outdoing myself. Yet, They all morphed into profound lessons that sharpened my resilience, taught me the value of perseverance. After all, the highs and lows were just fragments of my unwavering dedication to the craft, a glimpse into an artist's pursuit of perfection in an intricate digital world. They shaped me, carved me into the professional I am today, rendering me unyielding regardless of the storm of obstacles thrown my way. My journey was far from over, and I knew the road would be speckled with challenges, but that wouldn't deter my fierce resolve to excel and create. It was my art to rise above them and conquer. The nerve-wracking moments leading up to the exhibition had morphed into excitement. It felt as though I was standing on the cusp of a transformation, ready to rise from the chrysalis of self-doubt into the artist I had always aspired to be. As every owl of the city was readying its flight for its nightly hunt, I meandered through the empty roads of New York City, the city of dreams. The excitement was brimming inside me at the thought of being a part of the evening's grandeur. The first glimpse of the virtual exhibition was enough to take my breath away. Albeit a virtual world, the creativity swirling around was as real as the thrumming energy of the city that was my home and my canvas. My heart swelled with a sense of belonging that was both overwhelming and exhilarating. Here was my audience, here was my stage, the realm of digital art that had been my sanctuary. The exhibition enclosed in its 360-degree panorama, the culmination of countless sleepless nights, missed meals, and post-midnight epiphanies. As I presented each 3D asset, my heart swelled with pride and anxiety. Each design, a testament to my arduous journey that had amplified my passion for this craft, was now under the discerning gaze of the not-so-virtual community of digital artists. The hours spent in the creation of these masterpieces had strengthened my resolve and honed my skills as a digital artist, the fruition of which was now unfurling in the mesmerizing realm of this virtual gallery. The recognition and compliments that started rolling in post the exhibition was surreal. I stood there, rooted on the spot, soaking in the accolades echoing the neon-lit spectral ambience of the virtual space. The validation, the praises, the appreciation of the intricacies of my designs, each positive feedback felt like a pat on the back from the universe. It was a humbling experience, an immense satisfaction that swelled within me, punctuating the hollows of self-doubt with its echoing resonance. Yes, there were moments of frustration, times when I nearly gave up, but such is the life of an artist, a turbulent, untamed river cutting through the monotonous landscapes with its relentless persistence. The pursuit of perfection, like the pursuit of love, is endless, driven by one's insatiable desire to explore and create. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Life was slowly unraveling itself into a beautiful piece of art, each line, each color, each emotion a part of its exquisite canvas. The creative process was relentless, but worth every drop of the proverbial midnight oil. Looking back at the sleepless hours spent before my computer, eyes straining against cold blue lights, I feel a profound sense of satisfaction seep into me. Here I was, a young woman in her mid-20s pushing boundaries in a heavily male-dominated field, carving my own niche and establishing my name. Basking in the recognition from peers and industry stalwarts alike, I felt like I had conquered my own Everest. Each kind compliment and word of praise was not merely the validation of my skills and abilities, but more importantly, a testament to my dedication and perseverance. They were a silent nod to the countless cups of coffee brewing at odd hours, the anxiety over impending deadlines, and the relentless pursuit of creating a digital environment that had the power to enthrall and engage audiences. And yet, amidst the whirlwind of success and recognition, I found myself returning to the source of it all, the craft. The unequivocal love for my work, and the patient endurance to translate an idea, a concept onto an interactive 3D landscape, remained my driving force. In the self-contained world of my creation, every detail painstakingly rendered was interlaced with fragments of my passion, a kaleidoscope of my relentless hard work. The virtual worlds I constructed, the characters I painstakingly designed, bore witness to my growth not just as an artist, but as a person. As my gaze traced the intricate lines and textures of my creations, a realization dawned. It wasn't just about the finished product, but each individual stroke, each decision, every challenge overcome that held significance. Resilience, I realized, isn't just a buzzworthy word. It's the truth of gaining a foothold in an industry where dynamism is the only constant. Every high, every low, wove into a powerful narrative of tenacity and resolve. And if life were to be yet another canvas awaiting my brushstrokes, a part of it would owe its tones to these late-night project commitments, the grueling intensity, and the triumph at the end. These experiences, I know, I will look back upon as some kind of a lesson in courage, a testament of my professional journey, an ode to every artist that burns the midnight oil. The enthusiasm of watching my colleagues' faces light up as they navigated through the intricate virtual landscapes I had poured countless late-night hours into was incomparable. The sincere compliments from well-established figures in the digital art industry sent my heart afloat on a buoyant sea of self-pride. I knew then that, in all its glory and challenges, my journey in the digital arts world was one that held promise and potential. Each praise and acknowledgement felt as though it was dissolving boundaries, paving the way for a more inclusive future where I, like many other dedicated women, could leave our imprints. I continued to break the stereotype of the tech world being a man's game. I, Amy, was here, not to fit into a mold others had created, but to forge my own, carrying my distinct characteristic strokes and designs. With my unwavering dedication to my craft, I was privy to an insider's view into the world of digital arts. I found myself intertwined with a process that demanded my utmost attention, discipline, and a desire to constantly push the envelope. After all, the race I was taking part in was against self-imposed benchmarks, an invisible track where personal growth was the ultimate finish line. In these moments of solitary hard work, followed by overwhelming recognition, I realized the essence of my journey. It wasn't merely to become recognizable in the field, but finding unrivaled joy in taking pixelated dreams and giving them a virtual life of their own. And therein, between digital brushstrokes and coding semantics, I found my true passion. Each praise-filled comment, each nod of approval, served as a catalyst propelling me forward. On some days, the acknowledgement was the motivation that kept me burning the midnight oil. On others, it was the jubilant satisfaction of an obstacle overcome, the primordial need to challenge my boundaries, and an undying love for the art I create. The joy of each accumulated success echoed the rhythm of my journey, a symphony of hard work, resilience, and love for all things digital art. Narrating my journey this far isn't just a reflection on the milestones met or the acclaim won, but acknowledging each granular moment that has shaped me into the artist I am. Each intricate vector, each illuminated pixel, and each uncanny texture bear the weight of my journey, the symbolism of my ascent into the realms of digital artistry. As I tread forward, each step reverberates with the robust echoes of my past, shaping my trajectory in the relentlessly dynamic industry of digital artistry. There's a certain charm about pioneering against the odds and witnessing your own evolution along the way. It's a joyous celebration of my spirit, my resolve, and my identity, cementing my presence in the ever-fluid digital canvas of the tech world. As an artist, as a woman, and as Amy,